everyone, welcome to the channel. Welcome if you're new. I'm Stacy, and tonight we are going to be doing a deer in colored pencil. I have my new Castle Art pencils out, my metallics and my regular ones, and off to the side there are some watercolors of the Graphitints set, plus a couple extras. I don't believe I use those at all. We'll see as we go here. I'm doing a voiceover. This is an hour and 50-ish minutes of colored pencil work. I'm starting out with this beautiful gold color. The reference photo for the deer, he is very bronze and ochre colored in a field of flowers. And I thought he looked super adorbs. And I really think I'm going to make stickers out of him. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to cut him out, like put him in Photoshop and cut around him and make him an individual sticker. If I'm going to do like a circle with the field in the background or what. Probably try both and see what one I like best. But I'm getting in the basic foundation of his shape with this golden ochre color. It is in the metallics, and it is one of the I could just grab them. This is the Vegas yellow. That's the one that I like a lot. I spend a lot of time sharpening these pencils too. And I believe I jumped from Vegas yellow to a dragon orange. And these metallic ones, they're very subdued. The colors are. I did dig a few of my non-metallic pencils out as well. I got the Castle Arts, both sets, the 72 set of regular colored pencils and then the 48 set of the metallics. The metallics aren't really metallic, they're more of a pearlescent kind of colors, and they're much softer. Like I said, they're a more subdued color palette. I'm going in with, instead of using black, I decided to use a deep blue from the colored pencil set. I believe it is the indigo. I'm pretty sure it's one of the indigos. And I grab out the purple and a pink. I have a blender out on the table right there. And the Prismacolor white colored pencil is the best white colored pencil that I've found so far. I do have several different ones that I've tried just to know for myself if that is indeed the best white colored pencil, and it is. Right now I'm doing some shading with that deep blue purple color that I'm enjoying. Got the palette for those as well. Where'd it go? Not sure where it went. Oops. Now I'm just knocking stuff over. At any rate, I'm getting in the eyes real quick. Like I said, I didn't want to use black because I felt like it would be too stark of a change. So a lot of the times, instead of using black, I'll use purple and go over it with like an indigo or a dark blue. Or I will use a dark blue purple or a blue for my shadows. And that's what I'm doing here. Something along those lines. And I feel like it gives amazing texture on this watercolor paper. I'm using a leftover sheet. I have several leftover sheets of this Sketchbox Signature Wet Dry Media 140 pound cold press paper. It's made in Italy and it came in the box, and there are 15 sheets and I'm trying to go through them. So I thought I would create several small pieces that I could make into mini prints or postcard sets or stickers for the shop. I'm hoping to have an update and opening for the shop by the end of summer. I have a shop on Squarespace. It's currently only got a couple things in it, nothing major. I am going to update with stickers and mini prints and postcard sets and magnets. And I think that's it for now. I am thinking about making some of my art prints into like mouse mats as well. I'm putting in a little bit of like olive green for that background of those tall grasses with the flowers on top in the background that he's standing in. He's kind of peeking out through the brush. They have a pink and a lavender just kind of blobbed on there to catch the flowers and indicate them kind of in an impressionistic way. I tend to work in a more realistic style and incorporate in backgrounds a more impressionistic feel with the colored pencils, which I am loving colored pencils. I love how they layer, and see, I love all the textures that you can get, and that the white bright light from the paper shines right through, and it's more control than watercolor is. One of my next big projects is to work colored pencil over watercolor washes, which is actually my mermaid piece. She is completely watercolor wash with colored pencil over the top at this point. You'll be seeing her on Monday. Monday? Yeah, I'm going to do the voiceover of her on Monday. At any rate, and here I am going in with a dark brown to get those deep dark browns in without too much overkill with that purple. I didn't want to go in and obliterate that golden glow that he has. So I'm going over with a dark brown here to get in those fur textures and those slightly darker shadowed areas on the face and around that muzzle. And then it got too dark. Didn't like that. So I'm sharpening that Vegas yellow again. I love that color so much. It's a very good color to do deer in. Yeah, and I'm just going over the previous layers with another layer. A little more pressure, not a lot. These colored pencils are so soft. They don't really need, you don't need a lot of pressure. They don't make my hand cramp or hurt at all. Purposely leaving a little bit of space in the brush line with fur here and fur there, so that it does look like he is peeking out of the woods. I'm going over the top again with a darker, more of a sepia, that dragon orange, which to me feels like a sepia color. And getting in those furry textures again, and that little bit of shadow work. And then a bright yellow. I chose a bright yellow hoping it would brighten up that face again and pull it back more to the forefront and give it a little bit of that sunshine glow. Maybe the sun's shining right on him as he's peeking out from the woods, looking at you like, what's going on? Do I know you? I'm trying some of the white from the Castle Arts box just to see if I can get it to do what I want it to do. And it's okay. It's not bad, but that Prismacolor, there's nothing quite like it. That Prismacolor white is really bright, and it goes over the top. See, I obliterated that little white glow on the top of his nose, and that popped it right back out. And around those eyes, that shine that you need here and there. Yeah, very good color pencil for whites. Let's see, what am I doing now? Sharpening. Sharpen, sharpen, sharpen. Oh, I've got that indigo blue again, and I'm really getting those eyes. And I took a picture for Photoshop, or for not Photoshop, for Instagram, because I like to put stages photos up on my Instagram, so you could see kind of like where you started. And of course, I don't think I took any more pictures throughout the process. I got super into the work. I was listening to a book, one of the Indian Hill series, and just going by feel, figuring I'll either put music over this or I'll do a voiceover and chit chat through what I'm doing as I go. You guys can let me know what you prefer. Either works for me. I am getting that muzzle in right now, darkening that nose, really defining him at this point. I wanted to make sure I had him in exactly the way I wanted him, so that when I do the background, I can slowly build it up around him to a point that I like, without having to do more work on the deer. I'm getting in those shadows, just refining at this point. A little bit of glow again. Lost some of that glow. And once again, colored pencils, you guys. Definitely worth trying out. Really, really enjoy them. I like the textures. I like how real this deer feels. Like you could reach out and he looks fuzzy and you could touch him. All right, now I'm taking that Prismacolor white and I'm going over all the flowers. I want them to look muted and out of focus. Kind of how you really see things. And when you're looking at something, generally what you're looking at is in focus and everything around it is slightly blurred and out of focus. You're aware, of course, but give that blurry kind of feel to those flowers so they're not the focal point. I really, really want him to be the focal point of the piece. And then decided to go all in, do the whole sheet, and get that forest feeling in the background. So olive green again, and then lavender. This is what are you? I think this is the iris purple that I'm using. It might be the amethyst as well. They're both very pretty colors. And then I've got that pink from my other sets. It's just a bright pink to get the feel of those flowers in. Layering and layering, layering and layering, and getting some tiny ones in the background. I've noticed that they were too big, so the ones in the front should be big and the ones in the back should be small, and I didn't do that first go around. A little more of that olive, and then a bright green to kind of make it pop a little bit, so that he doesn't look like he's in a deep dark forest. I mean, the sun's out, so we want our grasses to have a little bit of glow, and I feel like they complement him. That glow complements him really nicely. My sister and my boyfriend said that he blends in too much, but that's kind of the point. He's a deer in the woods, you guys. If I do make a sticker out of him, I will probably soften that background out a bit on him, just so that he pops a little more. And again with that bright green, and then over that again with the olive. It really gives depth to your colors and interest when you layer them like this. Feels like more to look at, more to absorb. And it does give that feeling of textures that you would see in the background, but not while you're focused. You know what I mean? And again, I'm using a Derwent blender right here. The Derwent blenders are really, really nice. I don't care for the white blender. I like the colorless blender. The white, I feel like, mutes out the colors way too much. And all that hard work you put in with layering is obliterated. That's just my personal feeling. I have several different colorless blenders, and the Derwent one is my favorite. Going back over that with the white Prismacolor pencil to make it shine and really feel soft and flowery. Oops. Oh yeah, I was so sad. It kept breaking. Gave up. Grabbed the Castle Art color white one and just went with it. You can put your Prismacolor colored pencils, most colored pencils, they don't have any metallic paint on them, in the microwave for a couple seconds, and it softens the lead inside, and sometimes will fix the break in the barrel. So I'm going to try that with the white one. Okay, now what am I doing? I'm going to, get in a little bit of defined grasses here and there, stalks, for those tall forefront flowers. With the green, sorry, I'm out of frame a little bit. Like I said, when you get into it, you get really distracted with the piece, and there we go. Even when I'm editing, I'm like, push it up, put it in frame. A little bit of that olive green over the top again to kind of pull it forward, get a little shadowy feeling. And then really pressing hard right there and getting that olive green too. Throw in some shadows back there in that far back forest. And then a little bit of light on top, and then the yellow to make the topmost sunlit layers feel sunlit. And I think this is that purple or that blue. It's that blue again. Or amethyst. It's that amethyst. It's a really dark color. And I decided to give a little blue sky at the top. This is, I don't know what blue that is. This is more of a sky blue here. Wasn't terribly satisfied with how the sky came out, but when I blend it, see, it kind of flattens the paper and makes it more of a solid blue purple. A little bit of white to kind of, the thought was that the white overall, the blue and purple would soften it a bit. And then that colorless blender again to really push the pigment into the paper and make it soft and glowy. And then white again over the top. I was trying to make it more of a lighter blue, but it didn't quite work out, which is fine. And I'm just playing with my thought patterns here. Should I go more blue? Should I go less blue? Should I put in purple? I ended up getting that bright blue out again and going over it again here. And that's about it. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. I really appreciate you. Give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.